All right, hey everybody. It's been like 2 years since we've been out in this field. Last year they didn't do nothing to it. It was just stubble. But this morning we talked to the owner. He let us go out and look. We had high hopes for this field because it's a good spot. We found the pink clovis base and a half of a banner stone. And we got beauty laying here. It's on a pedestal. That is beautiful. Jeez, that's a thick one. Looks like that's a Godar.
Yeah, a worn down Godar.
Wow, that is so, look how thick that is. A little heavy too. Really ground. That is a beaut. You can see how much they really whittled that down. Wow. Let me zoom in. The sun's shining just right. It'll really show these colors in the flaking. Wow. And we had just started pacing this good hill. We're probably like 5 rows in. Wow, that's awesome. Look how squared off that base is. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, we still got plenty more of this field. It's gonna take all day. Hopefully we could pull on another, but we knew there'd be at least one here. All right, thanks. All right, man. This is a big field and everything's scarce out here. It's all spread out. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack. But here's a few of the better brokes we found. Look at that Heartbreaker McCorkle. I found that in a swale in the middle of nowhere. Not a chip around it. Heartbreaker tip. And I just found this on this hill. Old break on that. Snapped off the stick. But on this hill where I found that last broke I just showed you, not a chip I found. And I got something laying right here. Please be whole. Let's see. Oh, I feel some resistance. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's perfect. A little thicker than I thought it was. That's why there was all that resistance in the ground. It's my first whole one from this field. Nice. Is that pink from the heat treatment? Oh no, little ground. Oh, nice. I was just telling him I wasn't a fan of this hill because I haven't seen a chip since we got on it. But I found that broken tip and I just got this one. Now I'm a fan of it. Oh yes, that's a beaut. Definitely a frame maker. Looks a little reworked on that tip too. Oh nice, yes. All right, we got a few more hours, at least 4 more. So hopefully we can pull another. All right, I just flipped something out. Looks like a little Fox Valley bifurcate. I don't know what that ear, what the deal with that ear is, but I think that's how they made it.
I think it just got reworked.
They reworked it. Oh, wow. Oh, that's awesome. Jeez, I haven't found a bifurcate in a little while. That's how they made it. Wow. Little serrations on there too. That is really neat. It's got a really tall base. Those ears hang down pretty good. The little legs. Yeah, this ear was reworked for sure. Sweet. All right, I got one right here. Real shallow notches. in the middle of nowhere, this hill. I haven't seen a chip on it. It's just, you can't judge a hill by the first time you look at it. Oh, jeez. That one's just barely worked. Wow, that's a cool one. Sweet. Alright, next row we flipped over. He called me over, said he flipped one out. Wow, little guy. That's cool.
Funny looking one.
And I haven't seen a chip on this hill. Boy, look how they chip that down to the nub. That's cool. Really ground too. This thing was in heavy use. Wow. Sweet. In the middle of nowhere on this hill. Alright. Alright, he called me from far saying he's got one. We'll see how much of that base is really there.
Maybe just a little.
A little
Actually,
ding.
all the tip is there.
Just serrated, huh?
It's kind of serrated and twisted.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Twisted. Really ground too. Yeah, just that little ding right there. Hey, that's pretty cool. Another weird style in this area.
Bit of a twist on it from that angle.
Oh yeah. Sweet. Alright, just to show you guys, got an unscraper sticking out right here. Focus. Classic. Found tons today. Alright, we got a few more minutes left to look this field. I got a tip sticking out right here. Come on. Is it gonna be all there? Any bets? Hey everyone, well after about 8 hours of looking in this field, we think we've really looked it over good and covered almost every square inch of it. As you could kind of tell, we got a lot of stuff out there, but it's a huge field and it's scarce. It's like 1 point almost per every hill, and in between that there's a dud. So we went back there today, got these two bases looking in between our footprints, and this one was actually in a washout. I'll show that real quick. Heartbreaker. And then that one, all the serrations on it. But of course, I'm gonna start off with the star, the Godar. Really ground. These Godars are always so ground and real heavy duty. Definitely been resharpened. Was a tall, real heavy one at one time. I love the defining on the sides, squaring off that base. Definitely one of my favorite types. And the few we found, they're all red, or this hue of red, which is interesting. It's really cool. First point of the day, first piece of the day as well. And My dad got this one on the way home, or on the way to the road. The little tiny tip was sticking out, and he flipped it out like kind of close to the low ground. Another really nice one. Nice corner notch. With some really good flaking on it too. In the natural light, it always looks the best. Here's the pink one I found. It was like almost on the road as well. And this hill, no chips at all. On the hill, no chips at all. I found this, and right before that, this broken one there. But it's a cool tip on there. They reworked that. See, they broke it, kind of shattered a bit, and they re-chipped it. Cool. It's my first hole in from there. And then I eventually did get this one. Also in the middle of nowhere. Real small notches. Like a brewer tin. It's been chipped a lot too. You could see that point right there. It's cool. And here's a weird point. Another weird one in that area. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But kind of an interesting, like a, doesn't really have a defined base. It's just a long, slender one. But let me try to look for, oh, right there. There we go. My dad got that one 2 years ago. These two were both on the same hill, in the same area, and they're both weird styles. Very interesting. They weren't great artisans, but you know, they didn't make them for us collectors. They used them for their, obviously, their use, and they did whatever worked. But, interesting piece to have. Bifurcate, either a LaCroix or a Fox Valley. Just another bifurcate Fox Valley variant. It's cool how they broke that and they re-chipped it. Not the best material either. It's got all those fossils in there, so it puts a lot of weak points in there. But it's still really cool. And then last hole one, this little cheese baller. Like they made it out of a little pebble. Barely could get any of the chips in there. Those flakes weren't driving in there. Got the base pretty good down here. Really ground. Whatever they used this, I don't know. I do not know what its use was, but still really cool. Those unique ones are always really cool. And a broken, looks like a paddle drill, broken paddle drill. And just a whole bunch of other heartbreakers, and like that McCorkle, a few big tips, and obviously all these end scrapers. That's a heavy duty right there. There. This field always has a lot of end scrapers. Only a few times we've gone out here. That's a beaut. Some of these have really good material too, like this one. And they're so polished on the scraping part. Sometimes you could see the wear lines on here too. But anyways, it's all cool stuff. Long 2 days worth of walking, but as you can tell, it was worth it. You just gotta hit anywhere you don't know, and you never know what you'll find. Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and stay tuned. See ya.